Alright guys, massive news for Zenless Zone Zero. We finally have brand new info and updates giving us details on the 2.2 banners, which includes the brand new characters and rerun banners. Plus we also have a huge kit update for both Seed and Orpheus. They updated their kits, multipliers, and signature engines. So let's go over all the latest Zenless 2.2 version update info in this video. And also it's been a while since the last one, so for this video, I'll be giving out a free Internaut membership. All you have to do to enter the giveaway is be subscribed to the channel, like the video, and then leave a comment for 1 entry, max 1 entry per person, and the rules will be down below. But alright, let's get right into it. We finally have an update on the 2.2 banners. Alright, so I'm gonna go over what we expect the banners to look like for the first and second phases. Starting off with the first phase, we got the official confirmation on Seed, our first S-rank character coming out in the first phase. Since her drip marketing came out first, this means she'll most likely be in the first phase. Seed is also confirmed as the electric attack type character, capable of summoning her mech into battle to fight enemies and deal massive damage. Her kit also brings something very new, like having the new partner mechanic to provide specific buffs to only one other teammate on the team that has the highest attack, giving them and herself buffs like more stats, damage, and the partner passive energy regen, which would be very useful for characters that want their ultimates really fast, or even new characters that have higher energy requirement than usual. Now for the rerun alongside Seed, the new info that came out today suggests that we're getting a rerun for Trigger. Trigger is an electric stun character. This will be her first time getting a rerun since her first released in the 1.6 version update. So in the first phase, we're expecting Seed and Trigger. Moving on to the second phase of 2.2, we got the brand new character Orpheus. Orpheus is the one that got drip marketed second as the second playable S-rank character for this update, which means she's coming out in the second phase. Orpheus is a fire attack type character with gameplay that revolves around having a lot of energy to build it up and then unleash a devastating beam attack, which is why Seed is expected to be a perfect partner due to the passive energy regen buff. Now aside from that, Orpheus provides amazing team buffs and off-field damage whenever another character attacks a target. We'll see later on if in this video if that is still the case, as they did make massive changes to the new kits, so we'll go over all of that. But now going over the rerun banner alongside Orpheus, the new info suggests that we're getting a rerun for Evelyn. Evelyn is a S-rank fire attack type character, which would also be her first time returning since the first release in the 1.5 version update. So as expected, we're at the point of the 1.5 and 1.6 banners returning in this update. And now for what the full banners are going to look like for the S-ranks, we are expecting Seed and Trigger first phase, and then Orpheus and Evelyn second phase. But alright, so we went over the new banner info. Now let's go over the latest kit, multiplier, and W engines changes for both Seed and Orpheus. Alright, pulling up the latest patch notes for the Seed and Orpheus changes, starting off with Seed. So Seed received a new effect. This will be on top of her previous core. So now new, Onslaught, Direct Strike, and Besiege take effect when the character is the current active character, and also remain active when switched to inactive, which is off field, when the character switches out, or 3 seconds after the effect maintains. Now the additional ability also got some changes. Part of core got moved to the additional, so stuff that were previously in the core got moved to her additional ability, which is Seed, Falling Flower, Heavy Strike, Falling Flower, Crash Strike, and something new called Clockwork Garden deals, instead of 20%, now 30% increased damage and ignore 25% of enemy res. So yeah, I do remember seeing that during the full kit breakdown. She had that in the core, but now it's got moved up to the additional ability, which is still pretty easy to maintain. I believe all you have to do is have a attack type character on the team and a support, so very easy requirements. We also have changes to Seed Ultimate. After using this skill, restores 60 still charge, and the removed increased Seed's damage by 50% for 20 seconds. So the ultimate got a huge nerf, but we'll see if they did some multiplier changes later. Here we have Orpheus and Magus changes. Her core, when an agent with zeroed in triggers aftershock, their zeroed in effect is extended from 3 to 4 seconds to a maximum of 20 seconds. Then here we have additional ability. The damage ignore went from 15% to 25% defense shred, so pretty good. We have something new. They added the X special attack, Watch Your Step, which is new. Upon activating the skill, restore 20 point of bottle heat, which now affects both EX special attack. Alright, let's see what else we have here. So basically, we have a TLDR of the changes. So for Seed, 1000 attack, 30% crit damage, 30% damage buffs only applies to active character and 3 seconds after switch to inactive. So that is basically the partner buff, the partner mechanic. Then we have enhanced basic and ultimate, went from 20 to 30%. Her ultimate got nerfed. They took out the 50% damage buff that she got from the ult. Then for Orpheus, pretty simple. They extended the duration for the attack buff from 18 to 20. Then we have agents with zeroed in aftershock damage, ignores 25% defense shred instead of 15, and EX give 20 points of bottle heat. Alright, we also have a few multipliers that got changed, so I'm just going to go over it real quick. Not going to read over all of it, but let's see what got buffed and what got nerfed. So they buffed up a bit of Seed's basic attack, except the 4th hit. The only change that they made was on the multipliers for the 4th hit. Went from 760 to 717, and they also nerfed the days. But the 2nd and 3rd hit got buffed a little bit on the multipliers. Her basic attack, Heavy Strike, Crash Strike, got some nerfs. Nothing too crazy in terms of multipliers, some small changes. They buffed the special attack Frostfall. They nerfed the AX special attack from about 100% damage multiplier and 75% days. And now going to the rest here, we have some more changes to the assist follow-up, dash attack, and ultimate. Her ultimate actually got a pretty good buff. Now I see why they removed the 50% damage multiplier that she got for the ultimate, because it went from 5,687% to 6,547%, and the days got about 200% more, so pretty good. And anomaly buildup as well got buffed, so the ultimate should be looking really strong. And now going over to the Orpheus changes. So looking over here, I don't see anything too crazy. Orpheus received barely any changes. The only changes that they made is for the special attack, and the special attack, Blazing Birth, and Heat Charge. They did nerf the multipliers by quite a lot, by nearly 400% and 200% on Blazing Burst, but overall they pretty much changed nothing. Maybe that was overtuned. She might have been doing too much damage with these skills. Alright, now going over the last part of the video, which is the disk drive changes and Seed Signature W engine changes. So the disk drive changes, not much has changed. Only the attack and ultimate for the 4-piece effect for increasing basic attack damage went from 25% to 20% for 25 seconds, so 5% nerf. And for Seed Signature Engine, the electric damage went from 15% to 12.5%, a slight nerf. It does stack up to 2 times. Then we also have the stack duration. It went from 30 seconds to 40 seconds, so higher uptime on the damage buff. And we also have the basic attack and ultimate ignore. Instead of 15%, is now 20% of enemy defense. I did make a full kit breakdown on both Seed and Orpheus, so for those who are interested, feel free to check that out. But I believe that is all the new info for today's video. This will conclude all the latest 2.2 banner info and kit changes. So if you guys did enjoy, feel free to like the video, subscribe, put those notifications on. We should be getting pretty big news this week. I know it's been pretty dry lately with us entering the 2nd phase of 2.1. Not much has been happening since then. But this week we should be getting more stuff. But alright, that is all for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.